Hello.
We're all together in Virginia, I guess.
Yeah.
This is a special episode.
We're here at my house. And how'd you guys get here?
Well,
I didn't even see you come in.
Funny story.
as soon as we hit the road, right on the highway was
Big head.
just a big head.
Big ass head.
A big ass head. Right
in the middle of the
right
road.
in the middle of the road, a big
Just
head.
two
A big ass
shit
head.
brown eyes.
She looked at me with those shit brown eyes, and she said...
She started singing, the ass head did. Yeah, so it was this creepy ass head just in the middle of the road.
And that, I mean, it was, as much as anything else, just kind of an omen of things to come on this journey.
I mean, we asked the head to just kindly move along, and it did.
It wasn't, like, in our way in particular.
Yeah,
Like,
just, like, it had to
traffic,
scooch a little bit to the
Where,
left.
was this at, like, the beginning?
Yeah,
Oh,
like, as
right
we got on
right as we pulled
Wow.
out.
Yeah,
So
right, pulling out.
That's a tough start.
That's a little thing we came up with in the...
On the ride over.
Yeah.
Oh, alright.
But yeah, as soon as we saw that, we knew it was going to be. But yeah.
That was what we said as we pulled
But
away.
yeah.
But yeah.
But yeah, a little further onto the road and entered the highway, we saw
Dolphin.
a dolphin.
Yeah.
And our first concern was, wow, I took a wrong turn.
Yeah,
this
I know.
shouldn't take
Like,
us
we
into the middle
shouldn't-
of the ocean.
I know, we were just, like, I should have been, I was on the GPS.
But yeah, as soon as we hit the road, we saw a dolphin. We're like, wait, this route doesn't take us to the Pacific Ocean.
Yeah, I know, it was my fault. I should have been on GPS duty, but I was looking on for tunes.
I was like, man, I think, are we in the ocean right now, or did I somehow make a turn into SeaWorld? Like,
but we were
Well,
in the
that
ocean.
happens. That
And
happens around
I
there.
recall distinctly.
yeah, I was like, Mario, like, get on that GPS. Are we in SeaWorld right now? Are we in the ocean? This is not something I usually see when we drive to Virginia.
I know, and it was a very dapper dolphin, if I do recall.
Really?
Yeah, I mean-
He
What
had
do you
a
mean?
waistcoat, he had a nice top hat.
Really?
Was it a top hat or a fedora?
I think it was a bowler.
A bowler.
Really?
That's right. It was a bowler right on the what's it called? The
Nozzle fin.
The afterworld?
right on the what's it called?
The boarding house?
Right on the what's it
dorsal
called?
The
fin?
crater?
Right on
The banana.
the banana it had in its thing. It was like so the dolphin had a waistcoat on. Do you remember that?
Yeah, of course.
And then in his hand,
I remember this. This was hours ago. And
I know,
waistcoat.
but I was pointing it out and I thought it was crazy. And then in its hand he had a banana, and the banana had the cutest little fucking bowler. Remember?
Yeah,
Aw.
I mean, it was really bizarre that a dolphin would be dressed to the nines, but
Wow.
I know. And then I didn't even know where. First of all, where does a dolphin get a banana?
that led me to believe we are not in the middle of the ocean. Also, the fact that my wheels were still rolling and people were ducking out of the way of my car, barreling through the aquarium. But we did eventually get back on the road and find the way we were going. I mean,
Okay.
we had to pull over and ask for directions, but we saw a friendly
Barbershop.
Friendly.
to stop into. And I mean, it was
And
kind
this
of...
was no ordinary barbershop.
I mean, it was pretty ordinary, but...
No, it was strange. There
Well,
was something
explain it.
defining about it.
Yeah?
It was like kind of...
Void?
It was like a void barbershop. It was a very
Yeah, I mean,
sci-fi
you
barbershop.
just went in and it was like...
Ooh.
It was dark in the barbershop, which is weird, but you could tell they were open because the pole was spinning.
Yeah.
But you just go in and it's like dark and like black lights are on and like
Yeah.
Ugh.
And
there's
it's-
mirrors
and then
everywhere.
And then we asked, hey, can we get some directions? And then as it turns out, it was a barbershop for interdimensional beings. That's why the
Oh.
void. That's
Alright,
the
alright.
Kind of like the barbershop at the end of the world.
Yeah,
Oh,
you know.
wow, that's kind of
Yeah.
cool. That's
so
really
it was kind
cool,
of cool.
actually.
So, like, what were some of the things that we saw in this barbershop?
I mean, we saw
Messiah?
We saw Jesus.
Shit, no shit. Really?
We saw it was like our own personal Jesus. That's what I said, and he did not find it funny.
Okay.
No, he's like, you're my personal Jesus. Like, so, but it wasn't Jesus. It's just our own personal
Personal.
Jesus. Again, he didn't like that joke.
Jesus.
But so I asked him about it. I was like, so what's it like being the Son of God? And he's like, oh, I'm not the Son of God. I just look like the Son of God. And it turns out it's this very interesting being who takes on the form of the most prominent religion on whatever planet he's on.
yeah, it it's just crazy that people like that
God,
still exist.
So cool.
I know. I mean, it's just so rude just to pretend to be. That's one
I
of those commandments, not to be something or other.
Yeah, I thought now that we're in the internet era, people like that didn't still exist. But,
and then
old soul,
old alien soul
Damn.
that had a weird kind of thing. And then what else did we see in that barbershop for aliens?
I mean, we saw another.
Bootlegger?
We saw a bootlegger.
I mean, he was.
A Martian oil bootlegger.
Yeah, he was not
Oh
like
my God.
not like the modern bootleg. Like
Yeah,
he
yeah.
wasn't like taking videos of concerts and
Yeah.
uploading them online. Like
No, he was like a hardcore bootlegger.
Like, he had this zippy little like spaceship that was just getting from Mars to wherever. I guess
Yeah.
he had some contacts here on Earth he was selling to, but also
guys.
couldn't resist stopping by for a quick haircut.
Yeah. Without hair too, so I don't know what it was cutting, but hey, that's information.
He had some antennas, but
yeah, that's
I don't
information
think
for
anyone
that
wanted-
barbershop for aliens. Yeah.
yeah, I don't think they were like things that you should cut. Probably,
But hey, I'm not a barber for aliens, so we don't know.
I mean, it was. They did give us directions at least.
Yeah,
I mean,
and-
the barber didn't know where to send us.
What was
but
that last one that was in the middle?
Yeah,
what was that guy?
The guy that actually gave us directions was a
Pessimist?
He's a pessimistic
Doberman.
Doberman.
and
So, yeah, I
we
mean, you
thought,
can tell
like,
the story.
We thought he was like an Egyptian god type thing because he was just talking about like death and had like this dog head, and we're like, wait, I know this.
Yeah, I know.
interdimensional being.
Yeah. What happened was, okay, so I remember hearing somewhere on the internet, maybe creepypasta or something. I don't know why it was a creepypasta about how dogs were getting super
I
intelligent.
think this was a BuzzFeed.
Oh, it was a BuzzFeed. That's right. I was reading the BuzzFeed about the dogs will miss the most. Anyway, so it was about these dogs, and they had mastered the art of time travel and space travel. But so anyway, I remember in the BuzzFeed article there was a lot of stuff about how you need space travel and time travel together, blah blah blah.
Wow.
So anyway, this was one of the first dog's sons. So he was kind of
Oh,
pessimistic,
I got it.
you
I
know.
got it.
So it's like, oh, I'll never
He
be
was
as good
like,
as my
oh,
dad, the
shit,
first
yeah.
dog to,
Yeah,
go
yeah.
interdimensionally.
All
All
right.
right, so we were driving a little bit. This time we got on the I-95.
Yeah, we finally did know where we were going. Just go in the right direction this time.
Mhm. But then we kind of got accosted by another car beside us that had
Anteater.
an anteater in it.
Yeah, that was really rough because we were just driving kind of side by side with them, and the anteater was trying to lick the windshield. I guess there was a bug
Ew.
on it or something.
Ew.
Like kind of leaning out their window,
Mhm.
trying to get to ours, and we were just not having any of it. So we tried to, cut them off, get around this anteater. We were just not happy. So we just pulled over to chat with these people or to let them keep going. But they pulled over too, and the anteater just came over to the car, started just. I mean,
Apparently, we had ants on us or something because he was just licking on us, licking on me and Justin.
Ew.
I know, right?
That's so gross.
There is the fact that the anteater was licking my car and like licking us, but on the other hand, it did clean the car off, got rid of the
That's
ants.
true. There was a lot of ants. See, what happened was we had left some jelly on the car, so
Okay.
ants.
Yeah.
Anteaters do have the most sterile saliva.
Yeah, I know. I heard
It's
about that
okay.
too. That's what they said in the car, the other car. They're like, "Oh, I'm sorry about this, but if it's any consolation,
Yeah, the anteater family and the anteater that was licking our car just kind of.
it's like how how they explained it. It's kind of like Goofy and Pluto. It's like so they're like the kind of like the people anteaters,
Okay.
and then they have a pet anteater.
Okay.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
kind of just rolled with that
That's
explanation.
weird. That's
I mean,
cool.
we didn't want to like just sit there chatting to the anteaters on the side of the highway. We knew
Yeah.
people would think that was a little weird.
Yeah.
So when they told us that part, we're just like, okay, yeah, makes sense to us. Why not?
So they were friendly enough.
Yeah, finally got away from them. I mean, it wasn't the worst part of our trip, definitely, but it was just another like bump in the road.
Yeah.
But when we stopped off for lunch, there was nothing short of a handsaw at every table.
Ooh,
Yeah, we
It's
were.
very
Threatening.
difficult to eat.
it's threatening.
Yeah, we didn't know if like you're supposed to like. Is that like some hip new thing? Like you cut your food with the handsaw? Like, are they? Is that like a metaphor? Like, yeah, our food's so like hearty that you'll need a handsaw.
But no, this was just a regular blood splattered handsaw.
What?
Just in the middle of the
Oh,
table.
we didn't mention the blood splatter.
Oh yeah, no, no. I thought, no, that's a very important.
I buried the lead on that.
You buried the lead on that one. Well, because we didn't want to get him in trouble. But you know what? I think more people need to know about this restaurant off the I-95. That on their tables have blood-spattered hand saws.
I mean, I thought it was just like they'd been used to cut a steak earlier, and they were like, we could wash it, but it was just touching the steak. Like, no one ate from the hand saw.
Well, I mean, are you sure it wasn't just that?
I think
It could have been.
it may
Okay,
well have been.
alright.
That's why I didn't want to mention it was blood.
But that's the thing. That's not even the weirdest part about this restaurant.
What was?
The
Pigeons?
pigeons that were eating in the restaurant.
they were just at the tables,
What is
staring
with
at the
these,
hand
like,
saws.
these human-like animals you ran into?
I know,
We
but I
don't
mean,
know
these weren't
what
human-like
happened.
at all.
They
I think,
weren't?
No, these were just regular
Did
run-of-the-mill.
they get in, or like they were clearly
I think
supposed
they
to
were
be
supposed
there?
to be
They were
there.
paying
Like,
the bill.
they were paying the bill.
They would
It's kind of human-like.
They would fly. No, they didn't have wallets.
Yeah,
they
they
would
were
fly
just-
out, fly back in with another quarter
Yeah.
again and
Shit.
again and again, and you'd be like, "Why is there this stack of Oh, here's a pigeon."
Yeah, and the prices kind of reflected that. So it's like, some crushed up old bread, 25 cents. Or something
Yeah,
like that.
I was disappointed
Oh.
that was their only offering. It's like
yeah,
day old bread,
seeds.
seeds.
Oh yeah, old brown kind of
so
lunch bag.
you, like the
That's what
pigeons
it came
weren't
in.
the outsiders in this restaurant.
Oh
You
no,
were.
we were the outsiders.
Yeah.
Yeah, like we were there for a long time too, figuring out what to eat.
It's just when we thought we were in the clear, really, shit hit the fan, and we saw nothing short of
A cougar.
a cougar.
John Cougar Mellencamp.
And we saw you say a cougar, we say the cougar,
The Cougar.
giving a concert. I mean, just out on the side of the road, just this old guy playing a guitar and singing, kind of nondescript looking guy.
But and like I really like that in his older
we
age.
wouldn't have even known it was him if
But
he
he
didn't
was-
have a giant sign that said John Cougar Mellencamp.
Yeah, and not only was the giant sign that said that, but it was also a giant cougar costume that he was wearing. That kind of like forced the point home. You know?
I mean,
Wow.
that made me skeptical that it was like some tribute artist. But,
yeah,
I mean, the sign itself did say John Cougar Mellencamp. So
Well,
yeah. The sign coupled with the costume.
the costume should have been a bigger tip off to me, to be honest. But he was just sitting there singing, Jack and
Yeah,
Diane,
little ditty about blah blah blah. I don't remember the lyrics.
a ditty about Justin and Mario
Yeah,
telling jokes or something.
Yeah.
oh, he knows that song.
I mean, well,
He
it's
wrote
his
that song.
song.
I know,
So yeah, he does know it.
yeah. yeah, I know.
Oh, it was a joke. Like, oh, he knows that.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Never mind. I think we're all good now that we're all
Okay.
here, safe and
Alright.
sound.
Yeah. All right. So that was our.
Yeah, I'm really glad you guys got here. Yeah,
yeah.
because that sounds like crazy shit.
Yeah.
I know. Like we could tell the adventure was over when we drove up to your house. It said the end. Just
Oh.
in letters.
Did it?
Yeah. We'll
Yeah,
let
we'll let you know.
what happens with
Yeah.
that. All right.
If you're really concerned, you can email and ask tvnlpodcast@yahoo.com. Or you
Maybe.
can tweet us, tvnlpodcast, or bishdixon.tumblr.com.
All right. Bye, everybody.
Bye!